Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. I am taking a look back with my friend Peggy at all of the fun parties we have planned. Learn how to create your own themed party using things you have from around the house and advice from the birthday child. Then we're talking about Halloween parties, planning and hosting them. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happi. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. Peggy, you're not always on camera, but you're definitely always here.
Oh yeah.
And helping with the prep and behind the scenes. And you were so great with the water party, which is Chandler's brainchild. And it was
that's a great idea.
It was a fun party.
Goldfish and the big outdoor games, and I remember painting things and making invitations for that. And then it's really fun to see it just all come to life. And you and Chandler was happy and really cool.
That's good. First, we of course had to invite people, right? So we made this cool fishbowl invitation, and this was really easy. We used just something round from our kitchen and traced a circle on, this was just some cardstock that was already a hard card, I feel that's hard, that Mom bought at the grocery store. So I traced out the half circle and then used a smaller mug. We're gonna open this up, but it's really cute because it's like it's in a fishbowl, right? So then we used a smaller mug to trace this inside water part. And then I just kind of cut these with my scissors. It was really easy. And then, so this isn't your party. I made this invitation just for the show because this says, Henry's turning 2. Hey, we have a Henry. How old is he?
20.
Yeah, so he's not turning 2. All right, please join us for a splish splash birthday bash. Bring a suit and towel. And that's really important for the water party, right? Because when we get to the activities, we do use water.
Yeah.
But we also do things,
Sprinklers.
Sprinklers, yes. Spoiler alert. But we do things like we play games on our beach towels and stuff. So we want to have people bring that. All right, so we send out the invites to people. And then let's talk about the food. What do we have here? What did you help me pick out?
Watermelon marshmallows.
Watermelon marshmallows. Those were actually a special find that we just found at the grocery store. Luckily, it is summertime right now, but this party does not have to be done in the summer, does it, Chandler?
No, it can be done inside or outside.
Yep, because we don't want to run the sprinklers inside, but there's lots of fun things. We could still have like a beach towel picnic, right? Even if we're inside, and it might be kind of fun for people to think about water in the winter. So, all right, we've got this.
My favorite candy.
You hate these.
Of course.
What are these?
Swedish fish.
Yeah, and this is a very important part of the party, isn't it? Yes. Do you want to try one right now? Orange. Okay. So we have the Swedish fish, and then what else do we have?
Goldfish.
Goldfish. These are to eat, but will also be used for an activity later. Do you remember about the? Yep. So these are something we need at our party. And of course,
The best thing ever.
what's your favorite food?
Watermelon.
Yeah, all watermelon, all the time, right? And you have to, how do you like your watermelon?
Slices.
Not pieces, right?
Not like that chunky stuff.
No, no can do.
Not chunky
No.
peanut butter.
No. Okay, then we did these little Jell-O bowls. So this is blue Jell-O because of course we have to have everything
Blue.
blue or with water in the name because it's a
Water party.
yeah. So we took and made little kind of wavy fish pools. Do you remember how we do this?
No.
Okay, so should we check it? Should I show you first?
This isn't in
I think once I give you a quick lesson, like about 2 seconds, you're gonna remember. So I just squeeze this nozzle. And then ready to whip us out. Do you wanna try one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do them all.
Okay.
Hello.
We got a tidal wave going on over here. Okay, so once we put the whipped cream on, then, remember this? We take our little fish.
Orange.
You want an orange one? And put it right on there. So we've got these little, these little wave bowls. Those are super fun. Hey, Chan, you ready? We won't tell our guests that happened, okay? Okay. Party shenanigans. All right, you do this final one. Woo! That was a good one. All right, now let's put our fish. And we've got little tidal wave pools. Does that look delicious? Yeah. Maybe I have a whipped cream issue going on. All right. Okay. So we've got our invites, and then we also, of course, have blue drinks because it's all about blue and it's all about water, right? The final thing, because this is a birthday party, and we are not serving a meal at this party, at this particular party we're planning, but I did bring in some pizza for your party, right? If you want to serve like a dinner or a lunch thing. But this is just all snacks. So a great time would be like 1:30 to 3:30 or 2 to 4. And that's right between meal times, so you don't have to actually serve a meal. Okay, Chandler, it is time to make our cake. So we're not actually, what we did, we kind of cheated. Sometimes it's okay to cheat. Not in school, but sometimes when you're having a party, it's okay to cheat. So do you want to help me make this really cute cake we're gonna have?
Cheat cake?
Cheat? It's a sheet cake, but we're gonna cheat. Did you just give away the secret that we're cheating with a sheet cake?
It sounds like cheesecake, but it's cheat cake.
Cheat cake. Okay. So let's move this to the side.
Cheat and cheat.
Can you help me move all this aside because we need to move our cake. Incoming, we have got the superstar of the birthday party, which is the cake coming in.
But how does that work?
How does what work?
How is that the superstar? Isn't the person who's...
Well, oh, I'm sorry. The second superstar of the party, which is the cake, not the... But the cake says it all, right? It's the thing that's really pretty at the party. So right now, happy birthday, Chandler. Here's your cake. We are going to make this cake into a whale. And what I did is I've got this fabric. I know, it's gonna be fun, right? I've got this fabric that we are gonna use outside on our table, but this is what I'm gonna use as my inspiration to make this cake. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna frost it and decorate it. So I picked up this sheet cake, and it's a half sheet from my grocery store. And then I'm starting with sort of a nice canvas to create a cake custom to my party, and this is going to be a lot less expensive than if you would get it made exactly how you wanted it, because a lot of places wouldn't have a cake just like this, or a whale cake, right?
It smells good.
It does smell good. All right, we're going to get started.
Nose. Wheels don't have noses.
I'm not going to make a nose. Chandler, we made our whale cake. How do you think it turned out?
I'm scared it's gonna slide off, but yeah.
We just cut this shape out, and I used this fabric because it doesn't have to be perfect, so I kind of, right? You saw me, I just dug in and started cutting, right? And then frosted the whole thing and put some blue sprinkles, and of course an eyeball. It also, Chandler got to taste all the cake around here. Was that pretty delicious? Yeah? Okay, we are going to take a break and then head outside for our water party activities. Are you ready? Hey, that's for the guests. Don't eat that yet. We'll be right back with fun water party activities for kids of all ages. Shan and I spent yesterday prepping for our party, which was fun, but now it's time for the real fun. Our kids are gonna do the fun activities we've planned, the first of which is a photo booth. So set out props and beach towels and blow-ups and just give kids a space to have silly pictures taken. loves prizes. Fill up a kiddie pool or a tin with water and put numbered ducks in, and kids can draw to choose a prize. Pick up these prizes from your dollar store, or maybe you even have things on hand that could go in the prize bucket. But it's lots of fun. And here's the trick, everybody wins a prize. A fun activity and also great party favorite is to tie-dye shirts. Buy multi-packs of plain white t-shirts, make sure you wash them first, and then buy tie-dye in the color scheme of your party. We went green and blue here because it's a water party. And use spray bottles to apply the dye. Have the kids do that, their hands won't get messy. A lot of people are afraid of tie-dye, but it's easier than you think. Online, you'll find all the instructions you need. Package up every child's wet shirt in a Ziploc bag and send them home with the instructions on how to set the color. The table is set. After we play some bingo, we were going to dig into snacks. All I did to set this table was use fabrics and tablecloths I had at home, spread out some themed items, but really planning any themed party is very easy when you just search for things around your home and, of course, get ideas from the birthday child. Everybody loves bingo. I made these bingo cards to play a water bingo. I just looked online and was able to find downloadable bingo cards. And then because we're having a water party, we're using goldfish crackers as markers. So who wants to play some bingo?
Me!
Bingo! To learn more about this party and how to host your own themed party, visit our website. Coming up next on the Happi House, we're talking about Halloween parties, planning and hosting them, so your party is really a treat for all of your guests.
Another one of the first parties that we worked on for the show was the Halloween party, and we had all those kids. And do you remember at the end, I had brought a prop from my Halloween goodie bag, and it was like a bloody hand with like a bone sticking out of it. And we had the sweetest little baby, and we got footage of her, and she grabbed it and was sucking on the bloody hand. And we were all like, "Oh no!" But it was funny, and Lynn was like, "Keep it in."
I think some people thought that was funny. Most people, I didn't think it was that funny.
Oh, I thought it was really funny. I'm sorry.
Okay. Halloween is one of my very favorite holidays because there are so many fun activities you can do with kids. So every year, I like to throw a party, and I'm going to share some of my favorite ideas from parties I've thrown over the years. A lot of the things I do actually are very, very simple, and you don't even need to visit the Halloween store. A lot of the things I make are Halloween themed, but they're things that I just have in my house every day. So I'm going to start with invitations because inviting someone to a party is kind of what kicks the whole thing off. So there's actually some really simple and cute ideas for invitations right here. This is simply a piece of cardstock with an invite with all the logistics on a piece of just white printer paper, and I've glued that on top of there. And then I've created this other black cardstock and wrapped it with gauze and put some eyes on it to make it like a little mummy. So this is something, especially if you're having like a neighborhood party, that you could just hand deliver to all of the families that are invited to your party. And then this invitation, again, is really simple. It's just some cardstock with all the details, and I've punched holes in this top cardstock and tied some black ribbon through there and then put eyes on to make it look like a bat. Okay, so when your guests arrive, of course, you want to have your house all decked out and decorated. And again, there's a lot of things that you can use from around the house to decorate. So here is one of my favorite ideas. I've just taken black garbage bags and cut them into strips and then hung them over the window for kind of a spooky effect. For my table coverings, what I like to do is just go to my fabric bin and pick out fabric that is orange and black and just kind of layer it around. So I didn't need a specific tablecloth here. I just basically used leftover fabric to create kind of a festive table covering. Then also on my table, I've put just this mini hay bale. You can also use fabric to cover a lamp or drape on top of a window. I've just attached this fabric using some of that sticky adhesive that peels right off. So once the party's done, I can just put that away. And then I like to use paper chains. These do happen to be a Halloween themed paper chain, but just using orange, black, purple construction paper is lots of fun. Sometimes I think it's fun to write fortunes on the inside of the construction paper and let each guest tear it off, and then they can read their spooky fortune. Planning the menu is one of my very favorite parts of the party, and I like to offer a variety of fun foods, but also try to sneak in some healthy stuff, because especially if you host the party right before trick-or-treating, it's important to give the kids some kind of balance, because they might be eating some candy later. So this pizza is actually not made by me. I simply called by my local pizza place, and they made this pumpkin-shaped pizza. But if you wanted to do it at home, simply getting a pizza crust and then creating a stem at the top, and then using your pepperonis to make the face of the jack-o'-lantern is really simple, and kids really like it. And then I've made this veggie tray here into the shape of a skeleton. Again, it's just simply cut vegetables, and I actually found this on the internet, so you can basically pull up the image and have it right by you while you lay out your veggie skeleton, but it's really a fun thing. Kids like to see that as well. We've made these mummy dogs using hot dogs and then crescent rolls that we've cut into strips. You can also put cheese under there if you want to. And then one of my favorite ideas are these ghost bananas. They're simply bananas cut in half, standing on a plate, and then we've put chocolate chips, or you could use carob chips, into the bananas. These jack-o'-lantern oranges are also one of my favorites because it's such a simple thing. I took a plain container of oranges and then just drew a face onto the top of it to make it look like a pumpkin. All very easy ideas, but also they're a little bit healthy too, so that's good. Not that it has to be all healthy, because it should be about fun. Moving on, let's talk treats, because that is part of Halloween. It is, after all, trick-or-treating day. So I've made some kind of fun treats here. This is like a little party favor, so I've taken orange Tic Tacs and made this label that says jack-o'-lantern seeds and just put it onto the Tic Tacs. So that is easy. You can see here it started, and then just a little bit of black paper, and fairly inexpensive too. And I mean, it's a really great little parting gift, especially if you have the party not actually on Halloween. Kids can take something to go. These treat bags look like witches' brooms and are very easy. It's 2 brown paper lunch bags, and I've cut the top off. One I left plain, and then the other I cut strips into, put the treats inside, and then inserted this little stick that I found in my yard and tied it closed. I also love these treat bags, which I took Halloween stickers and put on a basic brown paper bag again, and then found photos of my guests and put a photo on there, so everybody gets their own custom treat bag. And then finally, these little witch's hands are obviously just a glove, and I put Smarties in the fingertips and then candy in the rest. This can also be done with popcorn and candy corn. So you could put candy corn into each of the fingers at the end and then put popcorn in it and send that home with people. Actually, at a lot of the parties I throw, I like to have a photo opportunity because it's a great way to capture memories. It also is a great way to loosen people up. People like to have their different photos taken together. And so I created this very simple backdrop, and I just used canvas that's on a roll. You can get that at your craft store. And used some paint to paint a simple design on there, and then put out a variety of props that people can use to have their pictures taken with. Another fun idea is to create a treat bag. So this treat bag I created using some black felt and some spray adhesive, and I just cut a simple silhouette and then also used spray adhesive or adhesive letters. These are basically sticky felt letters on the back to personalize the treat bag. So you could do this ahead of time for your guests, or you could have them actually make a treat bag at the party, which is another fun idea. A fun and simple cookie to serve at your party are these ghost cookies. It's simply a Nutter Butter peanut butter cookie because of this great shape that looks like a ghost, dipped in white chocolate that you've melted down. A lot of that can just be microwaved, so it's really simple to do. So you dip them in there and then use black gel frosting to make a scary face. Hi, you guys. Who wants some pizza? Pizza. All right.
Okay, now do it in Spanish. I'm kidding. Good job, guys. We're done. Oh, that's beautiful.
The hand. No, what's wrong?
That's what he said he hoped she would pick up.
No way. I can't even make that up.